Previously on Knight's Quest.
Yes, this is the
simple symbol. You can clash it together to change the color of any item.
We had a long day and we had to all see our darkest fears. Yeah, Katrina, what are you planning to do?
I've got like a job now, like...
We return to Conquest. You see some kind of paw with gigantic claws.
You gotta go kill that thing.
In today's episode of Knight's Quest, there's still no knights. Not one. So, the knight counter is still at 0.
This is arguably both true and not true, because we came up with a bit of a loophole at the end of Season 1. In fact, we rode off into the sunset while discussing, are we all technically knights because we're on a mission from the king?
Yes.
Let's just put it this way, guys. If you came here for knights, get ready to be disappointed.
If you came here for quests...
We have like 3 of those.
Arguably, we're in better shape. Yeah.
If you came here for quiz, sorry, he's been discontinued.
Wrong season.
Wrong season. At least for now.
Yeah.
Quiz has been repurposed.
Repurposed.
The character formerly known as Quiz.
Right.
The character formerly known as Quiz. Well, while Quiz might be discontinued, the rest of our characters aren't. So let's check in with them.
Good segue.
I'm a segue master.
I love it. It's the best.
That's the only way I travel is by segue. We join our friends. They finished their conversation with Sim. And I'm assuming they hung out with Sim for a little bit later.
Yeah.
But just for plot points, you hang out. You got your goodbyes in there. But you all left Sim and went back to Yensis and Malak's house. You walked through the rest of the Rainbow Oasis, where everybody seems to have kind of resumed their regular life today. You still see up at the other end of the street the Azimite head on a spear, but
the
people are still
crucified in the center of town. Like,
oh,
what?
God, I hope not.
No, they didn't crucify the keeper.
Jeez.
Can you imagine?
They don't do crucifixions.
Oh man, they're gonna have to figure out a new leader and they're gonna have this town is gonna go through some shit.
No problem.
The elders will figure it out. But yeah, people are doing they're doing their stuff. They're buying their veggies. They're getting their beverages.
Yeah.
Washing their clothes, as they do. But you guys are at Yensis and Malak's house, and it's later in the day. So Malak, he goes to the kitchen. He starts prepping. But what do you guys do to prepare for, assumedly, your last day in the Oasis?
I need to ask Yensis something, and it's a little bit unrelated to other stuff, so it's going to sound like it came out of nowhere. But I need to ask her about any kind of, postal system, like we kind of had in Glenwood and Costa Rica.
The post?
Yeah, the post.
Yeah.
I need to bring up that in a conversation somehow.
You could just ask.
And I guess it's just going to be, hey, do you guys have any kind of postal system?
Do we have posts for our houses?
Yeah, see, Jake, this is why I was concerned. Because I knew
it was start somewhere.
I knew we were going to have problems. Jonathan and Grorg, how would you describe
You guys have letter delivery systems?
Thank you. Yes.
How do you get messages to people who aren't right next to you?
Or packages in this case.
Well, if you have sucky tuckies, those are very good. But not everyone uses them, for they kinda get stinky.
Nathan, I want to ask, because I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying this to be funny and ironic? Because what has happened here, essentially, is Jamie has asked how can I mail a saki-taki to someone?
Yes, that is what I was getting
and get a message to somebody who is not right next to me. And you have said, well, saki-takis are really useful for messaging people.
Okay,
The thing I need to send is the
What
sock.
you said is, it went like this. It went,
Yep.
do we have a postal system?
Oh, no,
Do we have a system to deliver letters? And you said, do I have a way to send a message
Jamie
to
wasn't
someone?
No, I
explicit.
said packages. Grorg said messages, and I clarified, or in this case, packages.
No, I know Jamie wasn't explicit. I wanted to know if you knew if that's what he was getting
No,
at, because it
I
was
didn't.
really funny
Of
to me.
course he did.
I didn't know
that.
that. No.
Yes,
I
you
didn't.
did.
I did not.
You lie.
I did not know that.
You absolutely
I did. Not know
did.
That's what you're going to do.
Why do you think I was talking to his Ajax?
I thought you just want to send a letter to your dad.
No, I want to send him one of the socks so I can talk to him.
If you want to send a package, you just wait for a traveler to come through, and you just kind of trust it with them.
Wow. Okay.
God.
That is okay.
Or if you
all right.
have a friend who is going on the trip, you just ask them to go. The Empress, she has a more official delivery routes, but it is just for official purposes.
Oh no. I just thought of a possible solution, but I don't like it. Oh shoot. How long did it take? Because it took a good decent amount of time to get from Coasterine to the gate. But that was by ship.
Yes.
So if you were looking at just our spot in Tareve to Glenwood, that would still probably be a lot of traveling, right?
It's a distance, yeah, because you guys are in like the heart of the desert right now.
Yeah, literally.
Raynor looks over at PB.
Stop. No, you won't.
You can't.
And he has a horrible, terrible decision he has to make.
I think
Because
PB gets where you're going, like gives you these big
this
eyes.
is really important. But that's the only thing I can think of. And that seems wildly impossible
I'm
and
gonna intervene
irresponsible.
You're going to send our most valuable
No.
team player
No,
to deliver a sock.
Look, I'm just saying it came into my mind, okay? Because I don't seem to have many other options right now. You guys, I need to talk to my dad.
Raina, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
You know fish, right? Like
Yeah.
lake fish,
What? Yeah.
like fish that live in lakes.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know how they swim like the distance around the lake, and that's what they got.
Yeah.
If you asked a lake fish to swim from their lake,
You guys,
to
I
the
know this
other
idea
side of
is
the
a bad
planet.
idea. I know this is a bad idea. I'm trying to think of other ideas. That's the problem. I think Raynor gets a little more serious for a minute, and he says, you guys, I'm not just trying to talk to my dad because I miss him. I need to talk to him. Like, I can't explain it right now, but it's very, very important. And I don't have any other ideas. I'm kind of running on empty here.
well, what if his Ajax has something for sending mail?
I didn't ask him about that, did I?
I don't know.
Also, I'm just saying, if you send PB to fly back, you're not going to be able to talk to your dad for, like, at least a month.
I know, it's a bad idea. I'm not going to send PB, okay? And he looks over at PB and he's like, I'm not going to send PB. I'm not going to send you, okay?
Okay.
Let's make that clear. It's not happening. We're trying to think of better ideas.
Is very happy that you're not gonna force them to fly across multiple countries carrying a sock.
I'm happy too. So, asking is that that's
We
not
got
a bad
other
idea.
things to worry about, Raynor, than your sock right now. Alright, like, should we get more supplies? I don't know how much water we have left.
Well, I think either way, it seems like we got to call his Ajax. Oh, I suppose we don't need to call his Ajax to get water. We're at the Oasis.
This is true.
I'm a dummy. Never mind.
Yeah, we got free water.
Redact
We do.
that.
Let the record show. Redacted.
So are we at Jensis and Malak's house, or are we just
Yeah,
kinda like,
you guys are. Yeah,
Okay.
you're in the house. Yeah, you're in the house.
okay, all right. So I'm not any good at reading maps. I think Grorg is kind of the expert on this. How far is it from where we're at to where we need to go?
Well, we are here,
And he points to like the center of the Gatan Desert.
right? And the Blue X
And he kind of goes westward.
is kind of on the other side.
Uh-huh.
So it's even further from the long distance we traveled from the gate to here.
It's similar.
It's
It looks like it'll be
equidistant.
similar.
Okay.
Hey, real quick.
Maybe a little shorter.
Leroy, I'm going to need you to draw a little picture of the oasis where we're at right now.
Oh my god, he busts out the acrylics. He's like, I'm ready. And so he starts getting all nitty gritty. He's like, all right, this will be for the trees. Oh, this one. Oh, I gotta draw the house first. I'm gonna draw the clear stone. It's clear.
All right, cool. So now we have to decide, are we walking again? Because, like, I don't have a compass anymore, like an internal compass. Like, I've got a metaphorical internal compass. Like, I know where I'm going in life, but, like, I don't have I don't know where we're going anymore. And, like...
Well, since I know where we're going on the map, I could navigate us to where we're going. Now that I've kind of gotten a gist of the stars around here.
I'm just saying it's going to be a lot more dangerous. A lot more unexpected.
Yeah, and a lot of walking again.
I mean, we've definitely dealt with a lot of unexpected things the past few days.
And a lot of walking. You don't think we could enlist the help of the Keeper? I mean, we're literally going to an Usra dungeon to dispatch evil magic. I mean, you don't think that's kind of her whole thing?
No, you're right about that. You're definitely right about that.
I somehow would get in contact with her.
Yeah, like you said. I mean, I try to think back to how we got a hold of her last time, and I think she happened to find us. Exactly, yeah.
She got a hold of us.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it'd be nice to have like a sandrake or something to ride on. Make it a lot quicker.
Absolutely.
Well, if we find one, then we use it.
All right. I like it. Plan S. Plan SD.
Super dark.
Okay.
Sure.
So you guys continue to figure out your strategy. You figure out, okay, we'll go get some water before we go, and Yensis and Malak offer to give you guys some good food to take with
dope.
you. And then after dinner, Yensis and Malak they go to bed early because they're tired, and it's just you guys left awake. Does everyone go to bed? Is there more stuff they want to talk about?
I feel like there's probably an air of excitement around the group, and probably some other emotions as well, just with how the past 24 hours has been.
You
Yeah,
could
definitely.
say
It was crazy.
Oh my god.
Can't not do it.
I think before we do that, I think Grorg wants to try out the simple symbols.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
I think so. He's got your squad gathered up, and he's like,
All right, what should we test this on? What should we try it out?
Okay, I have an idea. And he grabs a strip of cloth for each of them. So there's like, what, 5?
No, it's fine.
6?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's 6.
Hold on. Raina, Jonathan, Eloise, Grorg, Leroy. Yeah, okay, so it's 6 pieces of cloth.
Yeah.
God damn it.
This is just gonna keep happening.
Yeah, 6 pieces of cloth. Like, just strips of cloth on the table.
So I'm just gonna do it on each of these, or just start with one?
Let's do the first one.
Yeah, let's start with one and see what happens. The way Sim described it made it sound like...
Wait for the old people to go to bed.
Yeah.
Start playing percussion instruments.
Yes. That is correct.
that's pretty much it.
So who's
All right.
rolling?
Grorg's got him.
Okay.
But I think he might let Jonathan try it. If
Hell
Jonathan
yeah.
wants to try it too.
I'll do the first one.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go. Grorg rolls for magic. Oh, good. He got an 18.
Oh, hell
Wait,
yeah.
do we
which
need a music
means-
stat now?
No, he said magic.
No, I know, but they're symbols.
Oh, shit.
Oh, okay.
All right, then let the record show you may now roll for magic or music.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
But Rainer, you don't get to add your wind instrument stat to it.
Right? Yeah, I
I
figured.
don't have any music.
Then it's 0.
And Jonathan also has 0 magic, so this is great.
If you use the simple symbol, you get a +2 to magic.
Oh, cool. Dope.
Yeah, so you get at least that. All right, so we got an 18, so he gets to perfectly control it, both the color and the area. So he's going to pick the color purple, and he's going to have it do just the whole cloth.
Great.
Okay.
Great.
All right, that was pretty easy. Jonathan, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, I mean, it seems super easy. And Jonathan just does it.
All right, roll a d20 and add 2 for magic.
That's an 18. 16 plus 2.
Oh, man. Okay. This
Okay,
is
so
great.
then you get to pick the color and how much of it changes.
Oh, he goes silver.
Silver.
Yeah, and he does.
Does he do
the whole cloth? Yeah.
the whole cloth? All right, Grog's going to go again.
It's like, well, this is so much fun. I like it.
All right, he rolled a 15, which
Okay.
means he only gets to control one of them. He's going to pick the area because he doesn't want to wreck up their house.
Right.
So he's just going to randomly roll for a color. Rolling a d12. And it's red. So he just makes it red.
Beautiful.
Okay, good. That one got a little messy, but I think it's still good.
All right, I'm gonna do the next one. So that's 3, right?
Yeah, we've done 3, yep.
That is a 17.
Okay, perfect control again.
We're basically the best at this.
I mean, there's got to be a reason we were chosen.
To be
And
acolytes.
he picks yellow and the whole cloth.
All right, one more for Groggy. Here we go. Oh no.
That's an 11.
I was kind of hoping we'd get a low roll.
So he's going to pick... Yeah, let's do it spicy. He's going to choose the color and we're going to roll for the area.
Yes.
I kinda wanna
Yes. Yes.
see
Yes.
what happens for that. So he's going to make it be pink. And oh no. I rolled a 9, which is explosion.
Oh,
So
What does this mean,
he
Nathan?
He clangs the symbols together, and it's almost like from that cloth, a giant pink paint bomb went off, and so all the cloths nearby it and the
Oh,
table
no.
itself, along with a bit of the floor.
Probably
and all of us,
Us,
presumably.
right? I mean,
No, because it like starts from that spot and then explodes like outward from it. So it's like you poured it from there, and so it's kind of like flows out from that one point.
that's not what explosion means, though.
What?
Do you want me to get you pink? Is that what you want?
I mean,
You've done this. You have done this, and I want to know how it resolves, but I don't.
I
know
feel like we
if
have to
having it
follow our
resolve,
own rules.
Everybody is pink forever. Is the resolution we
Because
need?
this shit is permanent. We've discussed this.
It is very permanent.
Or at least it was for the blue.
All right, here's what happens. From the epicenter of that cloth, the whole table, all the cloths on the table, part of the floor, and Grorg gets some speckles of pink on his face.
Oh,
Here, what
like,
I'm thinking
like
is,
someone threw
yeah.
flailed a paintbrush at him.
So Grorg has like pink freckles now.
here's
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
first
he
of
does.
all, that's adorable. Second of all, we like even if we did all turn pink, we haven't left the Oasis yet. So hypothetically, we could just go back to Sim and be like, "Hey, we fucked up.
Sim, we
Can
broke
you- Can you help
I
us?"
think Jonathan like swipes the symbols out of Grog's hand. Is like, okay, that's enough for now. We got
Yep.
Yeah, we get the gist of it.
You flew too close to the sun.
If you can control the area, that one's more important.
Yeah,
would
I don't know
agree.
why. Never mind.
I just wanted to see what happened.
This works perfectly, actually. I mean, kind of perfectly, but this is okay. So
Now they're all pink.
I think maybe we should unpack what happened in the secret room,
Oh,
Ah, right.
because I think that it got pretty real for everybody, and I'm not over it yet. And I think that maybe if all of us together move past it, we can all move on and be better and stronger as a group.
I do like pink better.
I know you do, buddy. And just be able to conquer this new ridiculous task. Well, it's the same task, but we're on it now.
What do we got to say? I guess. I mean, that kind of.
Well, I guess you don't have to say anything. Okay, I'll go first. So I can't speak. I can't speak for everybody, but the Azomite. I think that's what did it. It did some scary stuff, and it made me realize some things about myself. And one of those things is I don't want to be forgotten. I don't want to be nobody. And I mean, I'm already not that with you guys. But I guess I don't know where this conversation is going, but I wanted to share that with the table, because I trust you all, and that's a thing that I'm dealing with.
I think Grorg puts his hand on Jonathan's shoulder and just kind of like pulls him in tight. He's like,
Thanks for sharing.
I think Raynor pipes up and says, "Why would you be nobody? I mean, not to be too blunt about it, but I don't understand."
Well, I've lost quite a few important people in my life, and I don't want that to keep happening, but I also don't want that to be me. You know, it's a weird little, it's a selfish but unselfish. I don't know how to describe it. My whole life I've been in Bismarck, and that means something. I'm part of something, part of something big, and this better business is something that is my own, and it is big, and it's important, and I want that, you know? I want that to be what I want people to think about me when they think about the color blue or better. You know, I want to be remembered, and I don't want to just be nobody.
Yeah.
I think I had kind of a similar realization. Not quite the same. I wasn't afraid about being forgotten, but I was more worried about never figuring out who I was in the first place. I kind of talked with Raynor about this a little bit yesterday, but with orcs we have to earn our name, and I haven't done that yet. So I'm trying to figure out who I am, and I've always kind of liked the magic item stuff, and so this better business was really right up my style, and I really like following the heinous gods, but now I think I'm following Sim, and I like Sim. Sim's cool, and I've never met the heinous gods, and I met Sim, and Sim did make the color blue, so that was pretty cool. So I guess I don't have an answer to that one, but I'm trying to figure out who I am. So I'm kind of jealous about that with you, Jonathan, because you already know who you are. You've always known who you are. You're Jonathan Bismarck.
Fuck yeah, I'm Jonathan Bismarck. I guess I'm kind of in the same boat as Grorg. Not so much trying to figure out who I am, but who I am by myself. Who I am on my own. I don't know. I guess that's a weird thing to say, but I know I'm Eloise, but I guess I don't really know what that means yet. You know? No. That's okay.
I think I get what you're saying.
Well, mine's kind of the opposite of Jonathan's. I'm not worried about people forgetting me. I'm scared about forgetting everybody.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I was worried about. But thankfully I'm remembering more stuff every now and then and making more memories, so
I can't. I'm sorry. I know this is serious, but when you said I'm remembering more stuff, all I could think of was literally not a single time he has tried to remember something.
Yeah. Every now and then. It's a little bit. It's coming back.
I think maybe one did. One out of like 12. Unfortunately.
An inconsequential thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me try right now.
he pulls out he pulls out Chubb the floating rock, and he rolls intelligence. Nope.
Oh my god, damn it.
Well, maybe next time. Okay.
Does it help if I tell you what you're forgetting?
I mean, yeah, you can tell me the stuff I forgot, but it's just like another story I hear versus like having it in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Raynor looks over at Abil.
Oh, I think Abil was kind of looking at you, and when he sees he does that, he's like,
You remembered me.
Oh god.
Yeah, man.
This can't. Not
please.
every time.
I mean, I don't want to.
Bill, please.
I don't want to
That
be
was
like.
Jonathan's fear.
I don't want to be like you have to, obviously, but I also don't want to ignore you.
Abil, we didn't forget about you. We're going around in this. We're going around the table. Anytime.
Yeah, you're next. You're next in the order of the table. Actually, you're
We're
sitting
just
next to me. So
we're doing like a popcorn kind of talking thing here.
We rolled a die on who would take initiative to start talking next.
Mine is just that, I feel like I have brought great shame to my family, to the village of A, to the spirit of the Princess Wada, and, I'm just kind of thinking about if I can never redeem myself, or if I will have thrown everything away for accounting.
And a noble venture that is.
Oh boy.
Let's segue off of that one.
That
Rainer.
one was tough. Yeah, I saw a couple different things. I saw a lot of the people who have died since we've started this journey. Well, really back since we went in that mine. I mean, you guys already know I have trouble with thinking that a lot of stuff is my fault. A lot of things that happen to people. So a lot of that just got thrown back in my face, Pretty, I don't know, as far as nightmare monsters go, that seemed pretty normal. But there was also Mirjik. You guys, I don't know what I'm doing. If we find Mirjik, if we find Quiss, I think... We talked about how dangerous this is, right? We talked about how if we just go straight to that dungeon, we're going to be in for a world of hurt, and I think well, fuck it, we're talking about it. You guys, I'm not trying to be melodramatic. I think I am going to die, and I think it's going to be soon. I swear I'm not trying to be more serious, more ridiculous. I'm completely being honest with you guys. The vision I saw was Mirjik telling me that I'm going to die. And all I can focus on this entire journey is how I've let people down and how people have died in the places we've gone through. And I've also been hearing that the writer sets up his stories in the way that he knows will be important. And I've also been hearing that the writer chooses the hero to make the best story. And I know this is going to sound insane, and I'm sorry, but I have to tell you guys because it's what I believe. I think the writer wants me to die. I think he's decided that's the only way I can make up for what's happened. And he looks at Eloise, and he looks at Leroy, and he's certainly thinking about Quiss. And, of course, he's thinking about all of the people that have already been killed in bizarre, strange ways, and thinking about everything that happened to them, and thinking about everything that Oliver the Cabbage Man said way back in Goldon. And people have been telling him about his destiny, and telling him about free will, and telling him about how there's all these different things that he's supposed to live up to, and these things he's supposed to be in control of. And he says, I don't think there's any way out of this, you guys. I'm terrified of dying. And I don't want to. I don't want to let this happen, but if the gods themselves are on one side and I'm on the other side, I don't know if I have a chance. And that's what I'm scared of. The Azomite can show bits and pieces of it through different facets, but the heart of it was Mirjik looking at me and saying, you're going to die. And then something really weird happened. My mom talked to me. I know you guys asked me how we got out of the fear thing, and I didn't really tell you, and I should have, and I'm sorry about that. My mom saved me. And I know this sounds really weird, and I know this doesn't make any sense at all, but she talked to me, even though she's been gone for a long time. She talked to me, like now. The me who's been on this journey, and the me who... She helped me wake up. And I don't understand it. I don't know how. I don't know if she had some kind of magic, or even how there's any part of her still out there. But, you guys, I need to talk to my dad. I need to ask him if he knows anything about this, because she might be the key to... I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, there's a lot, and it's all tangled together. But yeah, that's pretty much how the vision looked too. So I guess if this is all muddled up and confusing, that checks out, since that's about how I felt. And I think he gets to the end of his little speech and he realizes that sounded very, very confusing and strange, and his face just goes red and he's just like, so that's what, yeah.
I think Jonathan smiles at Raynor, and he looks back at the table and he starts like tossing the pieces of fabric at everybody around the table.
The pink ones?
Yeah.
And he hands one to Raynor last, and he says, well, I don't know about all that, but I do know one thing, and that's that you got a little bit of an advantage over whatever gods, spirits, whatever hoopascotch you got going on in the future, because you got one thing that they don't got.
What? I do?
Oh yeah, you got us. And we're with you all the way, buddy.
Man, I was kind of hoping it'd be something like that.
And I think Leroy comes over and he ties the pink fabric like around his wrist, and he says,
And Raynor, I don't know all that stuff about your mom. I don't know how that happened, but if you're concerned that the writer thinks that the story is going to be better with you dying, then I think the solution's easy. You just gotta convince him otherwise. Show him that the story will be better with you still around.
And Eloise ties her pink fabric in like a bow at the end of her braid, and she comes over and goes, yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out.
I think Raynor wipes at his eyes a little bit, and he's like, shit, guys, I'm sorry. This wasn't supposed to be about me. I didn't mean to, like...
Well, I mean, it wasn't. It was about all of us, but you're kind of making it about you. So
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I really, truly didn't mean to. That's why I feel bad. But Jonathan, I think you were right. I think this was pretty important. I think maybe that's something we needed.
Abil takes the pink cloth and like wraps it around and makes like a headband with it, ties it off on the other end.
Yes.
And he comes up and he says,
I don't know much about the writer, but if the writer thinks that you should be dead, then I say fuck him.
Whoa! Yeah.
Damn, Abil! Coming
Jonathan
alive.
puts his hand up for a high five from Abil.
Abil gives the high five without even looking. He's
Hell yeah! Just
Oh, I love it.
Raynor, I don't think you need to look in the book to know if that's heretical. I think that one definitely was.
I think Grorg takes his pink wristband and he just like ties it to the symbol itself, kind of adding it amongst all the tassels that are already on there. And he's like,
Yeah, plus the writer can't change all the colors and stuff.
No, I think you can do that.
Alright, but ours is cooler though, Leroy. Ours is cooler.
yeah, we got a symbol.
Yeah. What's the writer got, a pen?
Are these like thin enough that I could thread?
they literally be whatever you want.
Okay,
We
I
just
think
have strips.
Raynor is going to use that to be the new thread for the ocarina, so he can have it like around his neck, you know?
Oh, dope.
Nice.
Jonathan kind of ties it in like a loose circle and slides it up over his elbow, so he still has 4 armbands.
Dude, Jonathan's got a look, right?
love
He's got
it.
his blue fumble coat. He's got his jester's cap. He's got 2 scythes, one on each side. These wristbands of now, I think they were yellow is what they originally were because it looked like a caution tape. Is what it was. And one random pink one. And the boots of butt kicking.
Oh yeah, his Tweedles.
His
The
Tweedles.
Tweedles.
Jonathan's a trendsetter.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, I know we originally called ourselves the Murgicians, but I don't know if we should call ourselves that anymore since we're fighting Murgic. Should we call ourselves like the Pink Cloth Boys? I guess we can't be boys. Sorry, Eloise.
I didn't even think of it that way until like I'm not.
Pink Cloth Gang.
I like the idea that when he says magicians, Raynor and Jonathan are like, right, and everyone else is like, I'm sorry, what the fuck? Magicians?
And it feels weird calling us the Magicians too because we've lost people from that group Quis. Katrina.
We didn't lose Katrina.
That's true. I guess she's living life.
She's probably fine, right? Things are probably pretty normal over there.
I'm sure there's nothing weird going on over there at all.
We return to the gate, kind of in an aerial view looking over the 6 districts, the arch, and we zoom into a district that is right next to the arch to the north. It is the Sacred District, where the buildings stand tall and clean and pristine as they did, long, long ago when the Usura used to live. We see jumping from rooftop to rooftop a man wearing a blue vest and a blue turban with 2 scimitars in his side pocket. It is one of the few remaining Omri's guard running and checking over his shoulder as he continues to leap from building to building. Rushing behind him, we can't see any other people, but there seems to be quite a wind blowing up the sand. And the sand materializes on the building behind him, and it forms Raish. Raish looks behind him and says, "Come on, we gotta hurry. He's getting away." We see another gust of wind carrying sand and a red-lined cloak then materialize on the building next to him. And it's Katrina. "I told you, you gotta get the cloak too. You're giving away our position by having your red and black cloak flailing behind us."
I'm not trying to have the cloak do the thing. Okay, I'm trying to have the cloak do the thing. It's just not doing the thing.
Then don't bring the cloak with us.
The cloak is like it's like my whole, it holds all my knives. It holds the sharp things.
Just put them in your belt. You don't need that many knives.
Who's wasting time now? And she goes back into sand and floats off.
Oh, yes.
Raish turns into sand as well, and they continue the pursuit after the Omaris guard, who seems to have reached a dead end as there are no more buildings ahead of him for him to jump along. He turns around and pulls out both his scimitars. What do you do?
Katrina materializes, and I think when she materializes, she probably doesn't have the hood up, but she still has her kick-ass mask on. So I think she draws her sword and levels it at the Omaris guard. So do you actually know how to fight with 2 swords, or do you just have 2 swords? Because I've met a lot of people that think it's cool to have 2 swords, but fighting with 2 swords is really difficult. Multitasking isn't a real thing. You know that, right?
I think the Omaris guard, and I think Katrina has been learning Terevian while she's been here a little bit. And so she's able to pick up a little bit as the guard starts saying, she gets the gist that he's saying something like, "Yes, I am very talented at multitasking." And takes both of them out. Is flailing their arms around and doing these cool tricks with the scimitar. And then from behind the Omaris guard, Raish appears and says, "You're not as good as multitasking as you thought." And puts his sword through the Omaris' back.
Yo, okay.
I think Katrina, she drops her sword, obviously, and then, once the Omaris guard falls, she, kind of huffily, shoves it back into the scabbard and goes, "Really? I was here first. Really?
You know the deal. Whoever stabs him first, stabs him first."
Okay, but I nicked him. I nicked him I got him.
Yeah, you nicked him earlier, and I stabbed him.
Fine. And I think she flicks him a couple of gold coins.
He's like, "But I thank you for distracting him. That did help."
Oh yeah, no, that was totally my point. That was what I was going for. Distraction. That's what an assassin does. Distracts.
All right.
I think he takes off the turban from the Omaris guard and pushes the body off the building so it falls, and he just keeps the rest of it. He's like, "All right, well, that was the last one."
I think Katrina sandifies and gets all up in his face, inches away from him, so that they're just mask to mask, and just kind of sits there for a second, And before Raish can realize what she's doing, she's like leaning into him, so he's like teetering off the edge of the building.
Oh yeah, he's got like leaning off the edge. He's like, okay, I think he's still got more than me overall. You don't need to be mad about it.
So Katrina's like all up in his face. They sit there for like a few seconds, nose to nose. After a pause, Katrina shoves him back off the building and backs up holding his scimitar and says, well, it's going to be kind of hard to stab somebody without a sword. And then sandifies and flies off in the opposite direction.
You didn't think the episode was over, did you?
No. We got a little bit more spiciness for you. Let's see, where did we last leave off? Your dearest friend, Conquest. Oh yeah. He was in the middle of a fight.
Conquest is going to tear the shredded remains of his sleeve off of his arm because it's just getting in the way at this point.
You've got no sleeves on your dirty robe anymore. Like, they're just gone.
Yep, he's got kind of a long vest situation going on. And he levels a defiant middle finger in the direction of the beast and fires off a fireball.
Okay, roll. And Jamie, can you roll a d20 as well?
Sure. I rolled an 8.
That's a 17.
You flip off your middle finger with all of its rings upon it, and this finger specifically the dragon spit ring. You shoot a giant fireball towards this creature whose gigantic car-sized paw almost seems to bat at this fireball as it comes towards it, singeing the fur on its front paw, but it still deflects most of it. And it then moves in with its gaping gigantic head to move in for a bite. Mirjik isn't being very helpful. He's like,
Oh no, it's gonna get us now. It's gonna fight you this time, Conquest. I don't know how many times you can run away. It's got really big teeth. The teeth is like the size of you. Like, it's gonna get you.
Well, can't bite me if I'm not solid. And then I think he tries to do some wild magic.
okay.
Nice.
17?
Okay. I'm pretty successful and give me the element.
All right. A dirt.
Dirt. Okay. So you spin the ring, and the result is that you then kind of, almost like Katrina did earlier in this episode, but you just kind of like dissolve into a pile of dirt as a gigantic, it's similar to like a panther's head in shape, but it has spiked frills where a mane would be. It goes into bite, and of course you've turned into dirt, so it misses you, and it then retracts in it, and it roars. And instead of having a tongue, it has 5 serpentine snakes within its mouth that eject.
What?
And kind of flail around as this roar echoes throughout the cavern, shaking and trembling the statues that remain and tower above you, Conquest.
I think he's going to try and undirt and then swing the spirit dagger and try and slice off a few of these tongues, these snake tongues.
Just to give you a picture too, each snake tongue is probably like the size of you.
Oh, okay. He's going for one then.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is big. Its paw's the size of a car, so its head is, house-sized.
Yeah, I'm not worried though, because that was a nat 20.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I think you go for the swing and you chop off one of these snake tongues, and it just writhes and like flails onto the ground, and you hear a complaint. Please, no, I do not need it. Oh, it's already in here. Oh,
God.
It's
So
just...
this is a separate... This tongue has a separate spirit to the beast?
It is not very animate. It's just kind of flailing around in here. Oh, it's just... Why'd you have to do me like this, Conquest? No.
It's the only sword I've got.
Yikes.
That's the only bladed weapon I have.
I'm going to roll for Mirjik. Oh, that's a 20. He goes, the other bladed weapon could be your wit.
I don't know. That one was kind of a stretch.
You know what else is a stretch?
You better watch out, he's coming for you again. And
Oh,
is now
beans.
swings another paw at you. Make a dex throw.
I don't want to alarm anybody, but that's another nat 20.
Damn. Conquest just dives out of the way from this paw. Or, it's a nat 20. Do you want to do something even fancier?
Yes.
What do you
More
do?
fancy.
I wanna maybe try and like mount this thing, like just start to climb it. Like
Okay.
if I can get onto it, it's less
Yes.
likely to harm me.
Okay, so when it goes to swipe past you, you instead latch onto the paw, and like you're climbing some kind of colossus. You slowly are climbing your way up its arm, and the fur itself is not a soft, cuddly kind of fur. It is coarse and it is irritating. It's almost like you're climbing up a bunch of it's not sheetrock, like insulation. So it's all like itchy as you're
Oh,
climbing up
God.
it. But you're able to start moving your way up towards its back. It has now noticed you, and its tail begins to get involved and flail towards you. It's a thicker tail, kind of like a kangaroo's tail or like the tail of
Oh.
a dinosaur.
Or
And
like a
it's-
dingo.
Yeah, and it's got, obviously it's going to have spikes all over it. Duh.
Of course.
And so it's trying to hit you with that. What do?
Um.
You can dodge out of it. You can do some spells. What do you want to do?
Well, I've got all these rings, and I haven't gotten to use them in so long that I want to use them. What happens if I spin the Amulet of Chance?
We do Amulet of Chance shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Damn. Spin the Amulet of Chance. Jake.
Oh no. Not again.
17.
Flip the coin.
Flip a coin.
It's heads this time.
Okay, that's positive.
Okay, positive. So add your Mirjik to that.
That is 4. So 21.
Ah, fuck. Okay, you get love and goodness and luck.
Oh.
So the luck is definitely going to come in when it tries to hit you with its tail. It ends up like getting its tail stuck in its own arm. The spikes get stuck in there. I don't know how the love and the goodness are going to come in. The goodness comes in.
I'm just saying you have a chance if you want. It would be quite the plot twist if instead of killing this monster, Quiz tames this monster. You don't have to do that.
This is the Amulet of Chance where shit goes down. Alright, here's what happens. Luck. It stabs itself in its own arm, so it's kind of stuck. It's like, ugh. You know, so it's very upset. It's screaming. It's roaring. The goodness. You, Conquest, are given 2 opportunities where you can either take advantage of this and climb up to the top and get in a good mounting position, or you can help it and free it from its pain. Jake, give me a d20 for Mirjik, so I'll just know what he's
Okay.
thinking.
7.
Quiz, you must destroy this beast. It is the most powerful creature in this dungeon. And if you destroy it, we can take all of its energy. All of its anima, and it can fuel our chaos-driven goal. Do not save it. It will not be able to help you take this opportunity and destroy the Usra beast.
Well, but if it's like the most powerful thing in the dungeon, then why don't we like use it instead of just
We're gonna use its soul.
yeah? But like
Boy.
I don't know, we could use its like everything else, and I think he starts working to like maybe like he puts his back against the beast and gets his feet on the tail and starts trying to like push the tail out of the arm.
Yeah, you're able to... It comes out, because that's part of the roll. You get the goodness, and now the love.
I
The
think
beast.
he's gonna like climb his way up on top of its head as high up as very daintily moving around the dagger mane, and like pats it on the head a few times, just like
I need you to roll camaraderie with advantage.
okay. Oh, yeah, that's 21.
Shit. Okay, the Usra Beast, as I'm calling it now. Because I haven't done it.
You made Conquest beefy.
I did. What is his camaraderie?
Well, his camaraderie is 1 and his charisma is 2, so he's got 3.
Okay.
Wow.
The beast. It's not your best friend yet, but it definitely stops its aggression. The roaring has ceased since your long combat. and you're able to get a good look at it. You can see all the scorch marks that you have inlaid upon this monster from the multiple fireballs you've shot at it, and you're able to see from up here the entire room that you're in. And again, it is a grand hall with tons of these towering human statues with glyphs and markings all over them. Some of them have been knocked down during this fight even. Some of them have been knocked over for who knows how long, centuries. But it is from here you're able to get a good look, and the monster is no longer trying to kill you in this moment.
Are any of the fallen objects in this room made of metal?
That's, you know what? Let's see what the 20 says. No, they're all primarily stone make.
That's fine. I think Quiz flicks the dragon spit ring at one of the larger stone slabs and just hits it with a continuous burst of flame for a good 20 seconds, and then he clambers down off the thing and stands in front of it, and he goes, "Now hold on, just if you wait right here, I'll be back in 5 minutes, and I will make you the biggest, best omelet you've ever had."
Chris, I told you must destroy it. It must be defeated.
I need to feed the pet.
Jamie, D20, please.
Sure. 9.
Oh, you never want to listen to me anymore. It's all about your new toys and all these omelets. Why do you like omelets more than me?
I don't like omelets. Wait, it's not a popularity contest. You're not food. I can't eat you.
But I want to eat you up.
The sad flirting is wild right now.
This weird, depressing erotic context and not...
Would you never let me...
Okay, that aside, you said we needed a lot of power. And, this dungeon is full of power. Why can't we just use different stuff and just keep this giant floofer for ourselves?
Give me another 20, please.
13.
Don't you think I thought this whole thing through in order to bring complete chaos to the whole world? We'll need all of it. Every item, every beast, every soul. Bitch.
Seems like a lot.
I think he looks around and realizes there's no way back up that he can see to get omelet stuff anyway. And he turns back towards the beast, and he's gonna try and roll some wild ass magic to try and pull the room down on top of this thing.
What? Oh my god!
Roll Mirjik.
It's a 13 plus 7, so that's 20.
Wow! I forgot I did this to my guy. What's the element on this one?
Light.
So here's what happens. Now, Conquest, you've been casting a lot of spells.
Oh, yeah.
And we traditionally have not been keeping track of your Drainable Psyche, your DP.
Right.
But I think since this was a long battle, you've definitely used it all up by this point. So take a corruption point.
Okay. Is that 4 now?
Yep. What happens is you spin that wild magic, and you can sense within yourself that you are tired. And it's not a physical... I mean, you're physically tired because you've been running, but you're more than that. You are... your whole being is... got nothing left in it. But you reach back in for more, and you kind of... That's where Mirjik meets you in the middle and provides you with that extra boost of energy. And that courses through the ring. Well, you see the roof break apart, and a great beam of light shines through it, as if, the day is above you. And you realize you haven't seen actual sunlight since that day in the forest when you were fighting the Mistwalker and Mirjik took you away. And so you see this light for a moment, and there is... While you are so drained and so weak, there is a flicker of remembering something. You remember something, but you don't have enough time to remember what that is that you're remembering. It's almost like the start of a deja vu, but you can't actually get to the content of it. And all of that goes away when you hear the great crumbling and the noise of all this stone collapse upon this gigantic creature. And underneath all the rubble, the light quickly fades away as it is covered again by more debris. And this creature begins to now seeing what's going on as it's getting hit by these huge stones, begins to start crawling its way towards you with its gigantic paws slamming forwards, its mouth screaming and gaping, and the snakes flailing within, the giant tail trying to bat away, but it is getting covered in this stone, but it doesn't seem to be stopping completely. It is slowed, it is wounded heavily as it is bleeding, but it's not quite down yet.
Wow.
I'm gonna roll another 20. 16. Alright, now is the time. We gotta go get him. We gotta go stab him. We gotta go do it. This is the time. There he is. Look at all those rocks. That was good. That was nice. I liked it. This is it. Do the moment. Do it. Stab him. Take it. Do it. Stab him. Do it. Stab him. Take him. Go. Go. This is it. This is the moment. Yes. 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 Go.
I feel like there's something you're wanting me to do, but I can't. I'm not 100% sure what it is.
Use the dagger, stab the creature. 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 Please do not stab it with this dagger, anything but this.
Quiz is just going to walk towards it with the dagger kind of raised slightly above his head and just keep walking towards it.
You're able to hear the rumbling from the creature, though you can no longer see the entirety of its head. The rumbling is also mixed with a little bit of a whimper, but you can still see like its eye peering at you from within the rubble, and the eye itself is about 5 feet across.
Jeez.
And you can see the pupil is huge because you are in a dark space, but you're able to see every single fiber of the eye as you get closer to it.
Jeez. I think Conquest stops a few feet back and looks down at the dagger in his hand and says, kind of sheepishly, "Sorry, Lady Cartham," and just wings the dagger at the eye of the Usra beast.
Jeez. Roll accuracy.
Oh, that's not good. It's a 9 total.
Okay. I think you throw it, and it's just this beautiful moment as you whip it back and you throw it, and then you got a good distance on it, but you missed the creature as it kind of hits one of the boulders. And Murgic is like,
"You're never really good at throwing daggers. You're more my magic boy, my little magic boy. Magic boy can see spell man, big bam, boom, big boom, bam, shoot, pow. Not that so much. Stab it, throw it, stab it, throw it, stab it."
As soon as it misses, Quiz is like, "Oh," and he just starts kind of jogging forward to go pick it up.
Jamie, another D20, please.
2.
But, it was worth a shot. It was a cool moment. It was a nice, dramatic flair. And that's what I like about you, Conquest. You're so good at, being able to read the room and know when it's time to go for it. Crazy. Throw shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that didn't work, so... And then he stabs it in the eye.
Ooh.
You stab it in the eye, and you have done this kind of thing before. It feels like your whole arm and the dagger itself is shaking as a rushing wind seems to be swirling around you almost in like a tornado. And you can't see it, but it's just like the essence of this spirit is now trying to jam itself in your tiny little dagger. And there is so much magic anima whirling around you. And for a moment, you feel that strength come back in you. You feel it reinvigorating you. And you feel physically stronger. You feel mentally more aware. You feel like you could do anything as it's rushing around you, and your tattered robe is flailing, your hat flies away. I'm surprised it's still on, to be honest. But then all of that energy gets pulled out of you again and gets right into the dagger, and the dagger is just shaking in your hand. It is trembling. It is warm, and it is humming with all the energy that is now within this tiny dagger.
And I think Quist looks at the dagger and looks kind of around and back up at this huge chasm that he fell down to get here and goes, "Well, now what?"
Roll a 20.
9.
Man, what you always gonna ask me
so many questions. Like, why am I supposed to know all the answers?
It was more rhetorical.
Can't you just appreciate the moment? Like, we did something really cool here, and all you gotta do is think about what's
We
next.
did something really cool here?
Yeah, like, I was a big part of this. I was the one that gave you, like, your magic and knew it's all you. And you
We're such a big part of it. Maybe you can get me back to where we were before.
I'm gonna roll another 20.
Fair point, fair point.
Oh, tiny little conquest doesn't think he's got the power to get out of a hole in the ground. Like, oh, this is a tough act to do. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna fucking fly. It's not like I have magic or any shit like that that can help me do whatever the fuck I want. If I just lay on the ground like this dead beast that the Usra claimed to be their mightiest foe that you just vanquished in what, like 20 minutes? 2
Chris
hours?
is now lying on the ground. Does this help?
How long it was. Oh, you guys sleep? Oh, that's right, because you're a fucking mortal who has to sleep. You dumb bitch. You
I don't know how to fly. I don't know how to fly.
Fine. Make me do everything. And you see Murgic's hand reach from out of the ring, and another hand, and he like claps like his hands through you, and you teleport back at your treasure trove hoard, your home base. Still lying on the ground.
Okay.
Still lying on the ground.
There. You happy? I did my one move, teleporting. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm good
very.
at that one.
Thank you. Now what?
Jake, give me another 20.
18.
Now as we sit in our pile of treasure, I am quite happy. I am filled with pleasure. And it is at this moment, at this second, at this hour, that we have been filled with such great power. And while that fight was enjoyable, it was fun, our work, my dear Conquest, is not quite yet done. But if we keep exploring all the floors among us, we can have this world be filled with chaos.
Well, that was a half rhyme, but I'll give it to you. So, like, what does that mean in, like, the technical Like, I got this cool dagger, but, like, what do I put it in, and he, like, tosses it into the pile with everything else?
Clamors among all the goblets and the gauntlets and the swords and the shields and the measuring cups and the rings. We've said there's plenty of rings.
I have been asking you to always seek more, and so you must descend and ascend to each floor. And I know it might seem tedious, like it's a chore, and if you keep on doing it, it might become a bore. But, Conquest, listen to me. This has been my goal for all of eternity, because the writer with his rules, and he's trying to write, I want to mess it all up. I want it to fight against him, against his will. But now, we're so close, and this power, I can feel it coursing through my bones, well, as close as it can be. Conquest, I need you to listen to me.
Okay.
Hello, Questies. It's me, Nathan. Thank you so much for listening to episode 27 of Season 2. And I have an actual announcement to bring you today. I know you waited for the whole episode just for this announcement. As I teased last episode, we have finally released the third album of Knight's Quest music. This one is called Gods and Secrets. It is all of the music from episode 19 through 25 of Season 1. So that's all the music from the second half of the Hidgety adventure. So go check it out if you want to go listen to that album. You can find it on the website knightsquestofficial.bandcamp.com. nathanstreck.com, or you can visit our website of nathanstreck.wixsite.com/knightsquest, and there'll be a link on there as well. Either way, both of those will take you to the website where you'll see all 3 of our albums. Again, each album is only $1, or you can give more if you're feeling generous. Again, all that money will go straight back into supporting the show and helping to make it better and better sounding. Again, Jamie has done an amazing work with music. This episode that you just listened to has some of my favorite pieces in it that he's done so far. So again, if you want to keep seeing more music being released, go keep supporting him and us by checking it out. Again, you can go to knightsquestofficial.bandcamp.com and you'll see all 3 of the albums, including the newest one. So go over there, check it out, give it a listen, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy some good quality music written by the Rainer Bjornsson himself, basically. Our next episode is going to be up in 2 weeks, which is May 22nd. Which, fun fact, in Glenwood, that is a holiday. It is Union Day. That's the day that Glenwood celebrates the unification of all the different groups that now make up that country. So kind of like their Independence Day, almost. We have not talked about that in the show. I just have that on my calendar because I put all of the fake holidays on my actual calendar. So, that's fun. So maybe celebrate Union Day by listening to the next episode. There you go. That'll be fun. Again, as always, if you like the show, leave a review, tell your friends about it. Go follow us on Facebook and Instagram, where we've got posts and community and memes and stuff, which I've been missing the memes. I have. I don't know if it's the social distancing is causing us to not make memes as much, but that's not a good enough excuse. I want to see double the memes because you are all stuck at home. So get on it. Get on it. Or not. It's your life. Do whatever you want. But again, thank you everyone for your support. Thank you for listening today. We'll see you in a couple weeks, and enjoy all the music. You beautiful people. You're amazing. And we're going to get through this. May your place in his story be long.
Oh my god. Okay, real quick. One last thing.
Yeah.
That one really nice day that we had where it was like 60 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Lindsay and I went for a walk by the Stone Arch Bridge, and there was this I can't even call him a man, for I think he had ascended to a higher plane of existence.
Okay.
This god among men rode by us on the most amazing piece of technology I've ever seen. It was like a Segway, but it was a single wheel.
Ooh, okay.
So a unicycle Segway.
Yes.
A unisegway, if you will.
There was
Right?
It was just a single wheel with foot stands on either side.
Really?
And it had strobe lights and neon, and it was playing music out of it, and this man had no expression on his face, hands down at his sides, hat
He's just
backwards,
completely jaded.
sunglasses on. This man. Anyway.
There's something sad about that he's lost the wonder.
Oh.
Anyway, that was all.
Yeah. That was
Is God excited when he sees the stars he made?
What?
Do you think
Is an artist...
God
do they find peace
too
when they look at their own painting?
is afraid of what he created?
What the fuck are you two talking about?
There's a man who rides a unisegway.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see
was
the connection
quoting
now.
Spy Kids too.
Oh yeah, that is from Spy Kids
making
too.
stuff up.
Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi's.
Yeah.
Steve
Boosh.
Pajamas.
Steve Pajamas.
Steve Bruschetta cheese.
Steven.
Yeah.
Steve
Steven.
Bruschetta.
Steve. Thank you. That's what I was going to say next. Bruschetta.
Anyway,
that's what I was trying to
There's a
say.
podcast that the 3 of us do called Knight's Quest, where we do fantasy stuff.
We don't need to explain it. They already know by this point. If you're starting here, stop.
Don't do that.
Don't start on this one.
This is a
You
bad
can start
place
on
to start.
What if
any
it
of
was...
the ones labeled episode 1, season 1 or 2.
Right, yeah.
Up to you.
What if it was quite nests?
What?
Did you just say?
I've been trying to think of what the words would be if you switched the first two. And what I came up with was quite nest.
How about the quiet nest?
All right, sure. That sounds better. And then you guys were quiet for like a full 5 seconds, so it really emphasized how hard that joke didn't land.
Boy, howdy, I can't wait to get out of this fucking oasis and moving on with our quests.
Yes, so